So I just filmed about 5 or 6 minutes and I realized my microphone was buried in my pocket. Round 2. So if it isn't yet obvious, my channel has begun to gravitate away from detailed reviews because so many other channels are already providing that content. And more specifically with the K1C, this printer isn't even a whole generational step. Rather, it's merely only a 6-month time gap. So now I'm faced with the difficult decision of refilming my last K1 video, doing a compilation of K1C content already on the internet, or just finding something else creative to film. So I've decided to film more of a K1 versus K1C comparison video. Now, if you've seen my original K1 video, you'll know that I think very highly of this platform, and trust me, absolutely nothing has changed. But the bottom line up front is that for the price, if you're only trying to print a single filament at a time, I genuinely do not think there's a better option for a from factory fully enclosed Core XY printer. The K1C prints just as fast as the whole bamboo lineup, the SK1, the 5M, or any other current generation speedy Core XY printers. And the print quality on the K1C is as good or better than all of those products as well. And in my opinion, the looks of the K1C beat out the other competitors as well. And as much as I hate to say it, one thing that a lot of people tend to overlook nowadays is Creality Slicer. If you asked me 4 or 5 months ago, I would have told you that Creality Slicer was really kind of lame and it didn't make much sense. But now that I have multiple Wi-Fi based Creality printers, I can tell you that that software is seriously impressive. The printer management features are honestly top tier and you're not going to find that anywhere else. The Creality Slicer is going to auto detect all printers on your network, it will import them for you automatically, and it's going to allow you to send print files to one or multiple printers at the same time. It's also going to give you a quick glance at the printing status for all active and online machines. I am personally quickly beginning to dismiss all Cura-based slicers, but the Creality Slicer is definitely one that is climbing the ladder and the rung for me in terms of my workflow. So let's talk about 2 of the major upgrades that went into the K1C that have impacted me the most. The first is going to be an increase in print quality via a reduction in unsightly VFAs. This was achieved by reducing the size of the gears that drive the belts around the A and the B motors. These VFAs were more predominantly noticed in parts that had large flat surfaces, however I am glad to see that it was fixed in this newest generation. And another thing that I am really glad to see is that PCBWay has sponsored this segment right here.
And one of the great reasons that I love PCBWay is because they specialize in professional 3D printing. Now the great thing about PCBWay is they don't only print standard materials, you can also print PEEK, ASA, or even stainless steel and titanium. And in order to provide the highest quality service prior to printing, PCBWay is actually going to do a full model analysis of the file you upload. That will ensure when your print arrives, it's going to be exactly as you envisioned it. What are you waiting for? If you want to learn more, check the link in the description below. Now, if you want to learn more about the K1C, keep on watching.
It's gonna not be accessible. Oh, what? Oh!
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
You just bit that and threw it off your back. Oh my gosh. So this next one sounds kind of silly, but it actually has impacted me significantly. Creality designed an optional side-mounted filament holder that you can print on your K1C, and honestly, it's amazing. For the last 18 months, we have been stuck using rear-mounted filament holders from all major manufacturers, and it has been absolutely miserable. Having easy access to the filament on the side of the machine is an incredible change of pace. So the next few improvements are honestly marginal, but combined they really do make for a better user experience. And the first is that the rubber feet are now permanently fixed in place. For someone like me that is constantly moving printers around from A to B, the feet were always coming loose. At one point, I legitimately had 12 loose rubber feet floating around the studio because at the same time I had my K1, my X1C, and my X+3 from Cheaty Tech all in the room at the same time. And goodness gracious, Creality has blessed us with a firmer door hinge. The original K1 has a super floppy door hinge that doesn't ever stay open while printing. And if you print PLA, which probably everyone does, ideally you should print with that door open. So personally, on the K1C, I never noticed any printing defects or issues while printing PLA. However, it is nice to finally be able to print PLA the correct way. Now, there are some other upgrades and modifications, but to me, they didn't play an important role, so I don't think they're that important. The K1C comes stock with a camera similarly to the K1 Max, but if you previously did want a camera, there was already a camera upgrade kit available. And Creality provides you with an active carbon filter, but the fan that pulls air through that filter is very low powered. The fan is so low powered that I honestly can't imagine very much of that air is actually being purified. However, it is good to see, and I'm not gonna say no if they want to provide it for free. And what about that
Tri-metal unicorn quick swap nozzle?
I genuinely do not know what this marketing is for. I don't know how much the replacements cost, I don't know what the nozzle's abrasive tolerance is, and I can't even figure out how to swap the nozzle, which means it's not a quick swap nozzle? Anyway, I don't honestly think that this is something that should prevent you from buying the K1C. However, when you look at the 5M and the A1 and how easy those nozzles are to swap out, Creality has definitely dropped the ball on this product. So this platform was good, and now it is even better. I genuinely do like the K1 platform. And in my personal opinion, the only thing that is left out is an AMS unit. Clearly, Creality isn't the only one lagging behind here, but I think they are the biggest player in the game, so they need to step up to the plate and play ball. So what do you think about the K1C, and is it on your radar to purchase as your next printer? If so, I have some affiliate links down in the description below. There might be a discount code attached to them, and if you purchase from my links, they help the channel out at no cost to you. Guys, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.